The election have obtained it. The rest, these guys that can't receive the fact that Israel is going to come looking like other nations. That's why in Acts 10, what they say in Acts 10, they say, who could forbid those that receive it? Who could forbid waters to those that received it as well as we? So you got this brother, he don't look right to you, but he's great. He's in the spirit, man. He's getting it. So the Lord's dealing with him. But he don't look right, though. You know, the Lord ain't dealing with that guy. The Lord ain't dealing with somebody like that, bro. Because they don't have the understanding. They don't have the spirit. You have to have the spirit, bro, to be able to discern these things. If you don't know, you know. You don't know, you don't know. And if you know, you know. That's the cold part about it, right? You can't receive it any other way. You just have to know. It has to be given to you. You just have to know. And if you don't know, then you're on the outside. It's dark out there. You can't see out there. Is there more? Yes, something. What did you bring out? Bring it out again?
It says Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. It says, what then? Israel hath not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
God. And so you got 2/3 of Israel that's going to be destroyed, man. They look like Israelites. You gotta have Israelites that know that they're Israelites that look like Israelites, and they're still gonna be destroyed.
God, well, look at the majority of these big camps, these big groups, ISUPK, IUIC. Most of them mainly look like the Southern Kingdom, and not every single one of them is gonna come out of that, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have some that come out and follow the truth, but the rest of them, they're gonna remain in that congregation of the dead, as the scripture says. There's big groups, you know, you look at IUIC, they got millions of Jakes within their group. Millions of followers. But the majority of them ain't right. The majority of them have not obtained the truth. Okay, they don't got the whole roll. You know, they got a few pages, a few words from the scrolls, but they don't have 100% truth. Okay, because the only ones with 144% of the truth is the elders and apostles, brothers of Great Millstone, and the affiliates, man. You know, the unofficials. You know? But
the Lord is dealing with it.
Yeah, God. But these other groups, ISUPK, IUIC, the ones that ain't right, which is the majority of them, they're gonna be taken and destroyed, man. You know.
Well, we said there was more.
Oh, yeah, good. This is verse 8. According as it is written, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them.
Right, their table, where you eat off of.
You do business.
You know? And that's why you got so many of these jakes to say that's the white man's book. We don't deal with it. Because their table done been made a snare and a stumbling block. You know, this is the table.
That's right.
What does it say in the scripture? Make it plain upon tables.
This is verse 10. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation has come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy.
And you are gonna have. You already do. You have a lot of hateful, angry Jakes that don't like seeing, you know, brothers of different complexions coming up into the truth.
Yeah, there's some that get offended even just seeing the Northern Kingdom and say, "Oh, they ain't Israelites."
There's a lot. There's actually a lot of them that get offended by that.
So if they can't even embrace the Northern Kingdom, which you got a lot of Northern Kingdom, like in Panama, Brazil, that look like Judah, but they won't embrace it. Oh, you're Panamanian, oh, you're Brazilian, you ain't an Israelite. So how could they ever accept an actual Israelite foreigner? You know, they can't. You know. And they're going to be destroyed. Because as the scripture says, you know, they shut the kingdom of heaven unto you know, the Israelites, man. You know, they're forbidding water. That Jake be baptized by the word. You know. So they're gonna be destroyed, man. Alright.
Yeah.
But it just said, hey, the Lord had done that to a lot of these guys to provoke them to jealousy by bringing in Israelite foreigners, man, the Gentiles. He's not talking about other nations. He's talking about Israelites that were scattered amongst these other nations, or Israelites that are acting like other nations, got the customs of these other nations, you know, because we're all like that, bro. We all wearing, look at this, bro. We're wearing clothing that ancient Israelites didn't wear, you know. You'd have Jakes out there with sweaters and, you know, Nikes on. Nike is a Greek god, bro. You didn't have Jake doing that. You know.
That's why they were bugging out when Paul was bringing them into the temple.
Good. Jake was rocking Nike.
Jake was rocking Nike, man.
Yep.
You remember that movie Hercules?
God.
And then Hades was getting mad because his little devil minions, they was rocking they had sandals with the Hercules image on it.
The Hermes, yeah, the wings.
And he was like, the one dude that can foil my plan is ruining everything, and you're wearing his merchandise? And that's what they were doing back then. They had brands. Come on, man. They were rocking, you know, you know, different togas and different types of shoes and stuff, man.
Well, nowadays they got them. They call them what? Giuseppe's.
God.
They got wings on them. They're like $700 a pair.
Yeah, man. It's a high level shit.
God. This is Matthew 5:13, real quick. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Yeah. You talk about the salt doesn't have its lost savor.
Jake,
No, hey, look at them old videos Jake back in the 40s, the 30s, and 20s, man, when they would have them quartets and they would be singing about God and everything. And that was what Jake did, man. They came, you know, you Israelites, you know, you talk about this whole culture that you have and all this rap, demonic ass music. You know, but the music you came up with was like gospel music, man. I was singing Sweet Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, and all these different, you know, spiritual things. You know, because really you're supposed to be into the scriptures, man. You know, you're supposed to be the people of righteousness. You know, this whole black culture thing, this shit. That's not what you came up from. That's what Esau came up out of, man. Esau came up a murderer and a thief, you know, a warlock.
And back in the day, they, you know, one of the elders or somebody posted a clip of like first rappers. They were rapping about the Lord. like in the 40s, remember?
Yeah. Well, you had that one group that they were getting down, bro.
Yeah, they were getting down.
Hey, look up.
It was like back in the day, like spiritual Migos.
Paxton, be careful.
Spiritual Migos.
Citizens arrest.
Yeah, they were rapping hymn songs of the Lord.
One of the Rodriguez
You know? Oh, how the mighty have fallen, you know? Jake was super righteous back in the day. We go to war, nobody would die. You know? Not one casualty. Jake was, the Spirit of the Lord was heavy on Jake back then, though.
Yeah. And that's why you have that scripture where the Most High said, I have corrupted my heritage. That's what happened.
It says he had given Jacob to the curse. Just what happened. But it was all prophecy, you know, for the election to receive it, you know, and the rest to be destroyed, to be recycled. It was the Lord's will.
Yeah. I mean, even though that music they were singing back then was that Christian shit, but still, it's a lot better than what the hell they're doing now. You know? You see Jake up in the church. We done seen different videos of Jake twerking in the churches and all that. Bugged out, man. That's not what a church looks like.
And to cut that, the scriptures do say the Lord dwelleth not in temples made with hands. So who's dwelling in those temples is demons, man. The church is the prophets being out here preaching the word. Because the word, what does the word church mean again?
Call out.
To call out. And then apostle means to be sent forth, right? I don't want to get confused. Yeah.
My man bumping with Fix It Off, smarter phone repair. He's in the company car,
Right.
banging out, bro. But yeah, there's that. That's why we brought out that scripture. You are the salt of the earth, but the salt have lost its savor, man. Now Jake just wild, bro, acting all kinds of crazy. You know, and that's what's promoted as what Jake should be. You know, if you're Israelite, that's what you're supposed to be, man. Just some wild animal, man. Out here acting down, bumping music and hanging out the window, yelling, acting fucking retarded. You know, you had the whole hyphy thing, get stupid, get retarded. You know, that's what they want Jake to be. Yep. Yeah, complete wild animal, man. I recently watched a video with Jake. He did a video, and then he was talking to another Jake, and he was like, man, you act white sometimes, man. And he just started getting hella offended. He's like, oh yeah, cause why? Because I pronounce my words correctly. Does that make me white? Does that change the color of my skin? And the dude's just like, nah, bro, like, chill. You're reading too much into this. He's like, oh no. He started bugging out. But that's real, bro. Jake perpetuates his own fucking slavery out here, man.
It's heavy that you mentioned that. Because the apostle, I believe it was Apostle Tar, posted a video and said, pretty much, do Israelite foreigners need to act black in order for them to be an Israelite? Which is, no. You know? Because you got Jakes that are straight up nerds, bro. Like, they're Southern, Northern Kingdom. You know?
Bro, you got a term in the world called blurred, which is a black nerd. A blurred. You know? I knew a guy in school that would talk like this. He would pronounce his R's very, you know, like He would talk like a straight up dirty ass white dude, man.
You see Chardonnay.
And he's not acting white. He's just being himself. He was just a nerdy dude, man.
He just sells.
That's what he was. Look at that guy G.
Jeremiah.
Remember that guy? That guy. I'm gonna kick your butt. He talked like that, bro. And even Apostle Tara was like, nah, I don't think he's an Edomite. He's just a bugged out Jew.
Yeah, straight up nerd.
And you get a guy like that around other Jakes, simple-minded ass Jakes, and they'll make fun of him and bully him and shit.
Yeah.
Why you act like that, man? You act like a white boy.
Well, he's saying roaming the streets, selling drugs to his people or killing his people.
Right. He's reading books, man.
Right.
Leave him alone.
Right.
Because you can't fucking read.
You watch that movie Boys in the Hood, where his dad is showing him the neighborhood, and he's like, why do you think they got a gun store and a liquor store in every corner? So you can act like niggas and kill each other, Because he saw the so-called white man as the ultimate nigga, man. Like the brothers in the Bay call him the no limit nigga. Because what is he? He's a vandal, man. He's a fucking barbarian. In the terms of being a thug, of being out of order, against nature, of being a thief. Right. Just being a damn demon. And then he promotes the shit with your faces on the TV, so you can think that that's how you're supposed to act.
Yeah, that's why it says you have your father the devil, man. You take his image. You'll take his image and then you'll run with it and further that shit. You make it even worse than the damn devil had in his mind. He's like, man, they took it even further than we thought we could take it.
I get those pictures.
That's real, man. But that ain't look. That's why, the Lord said he polluted his heritage, man. His inheritance. The salt had lost its savor. You are the salt of the earth. But what good is it for you, man? What good is it to have all this salt if there's no savor? It's lost its flavor, man. It's not savory, man. It's nasty. You taste it, you spit it out, man. Like, oh, it's no good. Did you have something?
I like this guy.
But it's all right because the Lord is waking up Israel, and the Lord could easily take somebody that's unlearned, hey man, hey, don't even know how to read and get built up, man.
I think we're from the same.
Because you can always learn.
I think he's somebody's home.
If you can't read now, you can learn how to read,
really
man.
Appreciates you.
Got you real quick.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 3:9. And think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
Yeah, man, that's what a lot of these jakes are too, man. Just stones, man.
Just rocks.
Yeah, stones out here.
I'd be smoking some blood.
Just dried, heavy, hard stones, man.
Somebody that you think is just through.
You like, no, ain't no way. That ain't a man of the Lord. Could never be a man of the Lord. Hey, but then that's why in the scriptures it talks about how, we counted his life madness. We thought his end was gonna be, in shame. Yeah, he said, how is he numbered among the saints?
Esau gonna bug out. These other, 2/3 of our people gonna bug out.
Hell yeah.
That's an Israelite? Nah. That's a Chinese man.
Oh yeah. That's real, man.
Shrimp.
you're gonna talk like whatever color that you are. You're gonna talk like how you grew up, bro. You know, I talk a certain way because I grew up a certain way. My dad, he talks way different than I do. You know, because my dad grew up different.
There's Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor.
Yeah, exactly.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
Yeah, you have all these other nations talking about, oh no, what? These people? These were God's people? You know? Especially Esau. Esau thinks he's gonna get raptured, man.
It's called that.
Esau, he thinks he's gonna get beamed up out of here before all hell breaks loose, man. He thinks he ain't gonna have to go through anything, man. He's up in there jumping up and down for Jesus.
He's just a rebel. I dealt with him.
But that's not how it's gonna play out, man. Go ahead.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves,
Yeah, because everybody's gonna have to deal with the reality in that day.
I ain't above you, man.
You know, they're gonna be looking at Jake and being like, oh man, I remember when I was scoffing them guys. I remember talking all kinds of shit. Yeah, you gonna have people that put their hands on brothers. Oh, fuck. Go ahead.
this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
Yeah, see, they call me the triple covenant. Yeah, dogging, bro. It tells you in the scriptures what? When you cast it out in the outer darkness, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Man, I don't want to know what this is. But know that this was coming for you. You seeing all these brothers getting beamed up, and you just stand over there.
Got a question, brother.
We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and his lot is among the saints?
Right. This guy, man, no way. We know this guy. The bug out. There's are we gonna get some? There's Isaiah. Don't come back to Isaiah. Because the Lord will yet choose Israel.
Back in Isaiah 14:1, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall flee to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right, so how is that going to come about if the Lord loves everybody, man? Right? If you do evil, and then after you die, you go to hell, or the final judgment, the Lord's going to come back and cast all the evildoers into hell or whatever. Well, who are the righteous going to rule over? So it don't, the whole Christian thing, when you go into the scriptures, it doesn't add up. 1 and 1 is supposed to make 2. 1 and 1 don't make fucking -6, bro. It don't work that way. 1 and 1 equals 8. That's a letter. That's not even a number. What are you talking about?
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
Right, because this is a land of sorrow, man, and fear. you never know what's gonna happen from one day to the next. They're talking about nuclear war. They're talking about economic disaster. There's a fucking giant chemical smoke cloud that you can see from space. You know, it's shooting down Chinese fucking weather balloons. Which they said that they seen that shit floating from China all the way over here and waited until people started seeing it to shoot it down. And then they called it a UFO.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor ceased? Told the city ceased. Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. He who smote the people in wrath is a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hinder it.
Go back up. Isaiah 14:4.
I lived in Gulfport, Mississippi, and they had abduction with UFOs.
There's no such thing.
And when I was a kid, it was on the news, right? They had an abduction, and when I was watching the news, and then I went to my bedroom, and I looked out my bedroom window, and the houses, they didn't have fences, they were kind of spread apart. A UFO came between the houses and went over my friend's house and disappeared. I had the whole block out there. I'll never forget that.
This Isaiah 14:4, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath is a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hinder it.
Yeah, man, that's what you always doing. You're saying you got to get down with what I want you to get down with, or we're gonna sanction you with a bomb. Hey man, you gotta take this, or you can't work no more. Hey, you gotta do this. Well, when you start getting ready to implement that MOD, man. That's gonna be, when he comes out with force, that's gonna be great violence. He's all gonna come down, man. Tells you he's gonna be like a madman sparing none. Right? What is he always doing? Pushing all types of fucking evil shit upon us on a continual daily basis. You can't even watch a TV show anymore without some gay shit in it, man. Without two dudes fucking getting it with each other. Go ahead.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Yeah, we're gonna be at rest. We ain't gonna have to, look down the street and be like, oh man. Turn on the TV and be like, oh come on, bro. Look at the news and be like, oh, what the fuck is this? Every day there's some shit going on, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right, it said the trees are going to be happy, man. That's why it tells you in the scriptures that the whole creation waits for the manifestation of the sons of God. Because underneath all these wicked ass heathens, right, the earth is in great distress. It's in peril, man. You think it's good for the earth to have fucking acid rain that melts cars? To have a giant chemical cloud hovering, over a great portion of the atmosphere? You're looking at that damn smoke cloud, you think a nuke went off, man. Go ahead.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
Right, and you Edomites are becoming weak, man. You're becoming weak, and all these other nations are seeing it, man. That's why they're testing your airspace, man. They're floating in your waters. What you doing in my waters? You know? That's why all these things are happening. That's why Korea is always testing missiles, talking about America ain't gonna do shit, man. Right? That's why you got a leader that fucking falls asleep and shits on himself during meetings, man. They call him Poopy Pants Joe, man. Sleepy Joe, man. You got all these, and he's a pedophile. You got all these. His son was what, snorting coke off his 16-year-old, 15-year-old cousin's fucking ass or whatever was going on. And then you got Joe Biden. He got all these videos of him sniffing all these girls, man. He'll get right up in their hair and start sniffing on them and shit, bro. That dude's a creep, man. They call him Creepy Joe, man. Creepy Joe, Sleepy Joe, Poo Poo Pants Joe. Come on, man.
What do they say? I like when they stroke my hairy legs or something?
Yeah. He likes when kids stroke his fucking legs. Yeah, little hairs that turn blonde in the sun. And he was supposed to be giving a speech. What the fuck is this guy talking about, man?
This is Jeremiah 51:30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. They became as women.
Right, you got the military just talking about how they'll fucking pay for them tranny surgery. You got the military just, you know, they lowered the bar so much. Shit, my dad, he's like over 50 years old. He say he could pass that boot camp exam, man. Go ahead.
They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another, to show the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end. Which, you know, America's going to be destroyed. You're going to have these different bases, and they're going to be sending message to whoever's ruling at the time, like, you can't do shit. We're fucked, you know? Because the scriptures do say that the Lord is going to remove from far off us the northern army and drive them to a land barren and desolate, which is the Middle East. You know, this Third World War, the last battles are going to be fought in the Middle East, man. And when America goes there, they're going to get their asses kicked, man. You know, and they send all their troops. They're going to be getting jacked up to the point that they're going to be terrified, shitting on themselves, not able to go out and put up a good fight against these different militaries. Because who's going to be out there? Iran, Russia, them Syrians, you know, China, which the Chinese, they're buying land in East Africa. They're developing a partnership with the Ethiopians, with the Sunnis and different Hamitic nations. You know, because Ezekiel 38 says that Ethiopia is going to join up with Russia, and the Chinese are allies of Russia. So it's all a web.
Pleasantly, they aren't yet. We haven't kicked them out of our business yet. You know,
anyways,
trying to get
but Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to destroy the Edomite military when they go, the American Edomite military when they go to the Middle East. Alright? When they go into, you know, different parts of the earth.
What is your saddle?
You know?
No, this is fine. Did you call Jesus black since I talked to you?
And the Lord, he's going to jack you up. So that's an Edomite. a frail imbecile, man. Idiocracy. He sounded just like one of them.
Yeah. He said he was a fit for that movie. He could have played a role.
Definitely.
He just needed some Crocs.
Right. His IQ was like
word?
yeah. His IQ was definitely low.
And he's an alcoholic. Drunk. Middle of the day. Walking down fucking downtown Modesto drunk in the middle of the day.
Just threw it. Finished. Yeah, just, laughing back on the brother talking about, the military, man. Esau's military is fucked, bro. It's not the way it was.
Where's your mom at?
They're gonna draft motherfuckers like that. Because nobody wants to join.
They're gonna have to draft because nobody wants to join the military.
Yep. They're just gonna strap them all on them. Sit them out there. All chipped.
They're gonna have to chip them. They're gonna have to chip them and be like, look, man, you either gonna do this or we can, this chip's gonna detonate.
Yeah.
Gonna detonate some poison and yeah, you ain't got no fucking choice.
They show you in these video games, man. Like one of the last Call of Duties, they had everybody in them camps, and they were chipping their asses, bro. They were giving them a biometric device. They had the troops out there guarding the cages in different fenced spots, and they were whooping your ass, man. That's another form of his witchcraft, man. Where he presents one of his how would I say that? He presents something before he actually does it. That's witchcraft, man. Like the brother posted out in Ohio, they had a movie out 2 months prior to what just took place in Ohio, the train derailment, which the movie showed you the train derailed and it caused an outbreak of some type of toxins. And then you look at the comments, every comment is like, why is this taking place now where we live? Why didn't we see this movie sooner?
Well, even if they did see the movie, they wouldn't have believed that it's going to happen to them. Because these people don't believe it. They don't believe Esau is ruling the earth and he's fucking and his agenda is to depopulate you. Hey, what do you think that's for, man? That's to kill you off, man. That's to fucking kill you, man. Depopulation, that's the globalist agenda. You think, and they use these different terms, man, like globalist to make you think they're for the better, the forward of humanity, and they're all about life and earth, the trees and fucking, they like butterflies and crickets and shit, man, but that's not what they're about, man. They're about fucking mass murder, bro. That's what they're about, man. They're about ruling over the earth and making you people subject in some technocratic fucking what do they call it? A dystopian, rulership where you're a slave to the industrial system, servicing Esau's fucking robots.
That's good.
Yep.
This is Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 5. Behold ye among the heathen and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you.
Though it be told you.
So like the brother mentioned, even if it was presented before your eyes, you wouldn't believe it.
And it is.
It is.
You got all these camps out here, brothers, doing all these videos and preaching what's going on, man. You know that the economy is going to collapse. That the Yahweh Shem Yahushua hates the so-called white man. This is who's ruling the earth, and the Lord's agenda is to destroy it.
What does it say in Revelation 12:12? That he's going to come down upon you with great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that train derailment is part of that wrath, bro.
That's
because it's judgment. You know, that's part of Esau's wrath, which Esau was created to unleash judgment on this earth. All right.
Living in this society is judgment.
Yeah,
Esau ruling is judgment. You gotta be able to clear. You gotta be able to see these things.
That's everything that you mentioned in verse 6. For lo, I will raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves.
Yeah, they're terrible and dreadful. Why? You know what were they doing? You know, when they would conquer people, man, they were raping people, gutting fucking babies out of women. They were raping babies, raping children, feeding people to dogs. They're terrible, man. It wasn't like Jake. Jake could go through and slaughter you. Esau going through raping everybody, man. He's torturing people. You know, he'd hang you upside down and gut you. He'd fucking burn you. All kinds of like just menacing, terrible shit. When Jake goes through and conquers a place, you getting hit by the edge of the sword, bro.
Good.
You getting throat cut. You getting your head chopped off. You getting dashed to pieces, stabbed up. But you dying. But Jake ain't about to string you up and fucking
fiddle your corpse.
Yeah, do some heinous shit to you. You know? And when he took the women and the children, he wasn't raping no kids. Jake don't rape children. That's against the law. We were righteous people, man. We have laws, statutes, and commandments, even when it comes to war and things we're allowed to do in war, man. You know, you took women to be your concubine. There's a law that you have to let this woman mourn for her family for a month.
Before you go into it.
Yeah, you couldn't just grab up on this woman and take her, you know.
Yeah, even during the Mexican-American War, when the Irishmen, they left because they seen the wickedness that they were doing. And Jake, they have a certain conscience, man. They have a conscience of what's right and what's wrong. You know, and they seen the wickedness that they were doing. They left, they went to go fight for Mexico. So that shows that there's a clear separation between Esau and Jacob.
Well, you got to think about it too. The same people that are doing this shit to the Mexicans are the same people that did it to them.
Yeah, because they came in boats too.
They came. Well, these motherfuckers that were doing this shit to the Mexicans, they came from England. You know, the American colonies, those were Englishmen. They came from England. Same place that they were, same people that were, committing all these atrocities against them in Ireland, man.
Not only did they help Issachar, they also helped Gad too. They were sending Gad aid during the Calvary times as well. Or, I believe it was during, a little bit after the Calvary times. And Gad actually made a monument, the Scots, they actually made a monument, or the Irish, in Ireland to show a bit of history about how they helped Gad or Gad helped them.
Gad helped the Irish people during the famine.
Yeah, there was a monument. It's like got feathers. It's pretty dope. I'm trying to bring it up.
But that's all spiritual, man. I bring out all the time, the civil rights movement in America started a civil rights movement over there in Ireland. It just shows you Jake was going through the same shit at the same time, in the same time period, same time frame. What was that scripture that Israel and Judah were oppressed together?
God, that Jeremiah 15:33.
Yeah.
Right here it said kindred spirits. Kindred spirits is a large stainless steel outdoor sculpture in
That's heavy.
Gaelic Park in Middleton, County Cork, Ireland. You see it?
Yeah, that's heavy, bro. Kindred spirits, bro. Why? Because hey man, we had our own trail of tears, man. We was fucking leaving on boats.
It says Kindred Spirits commemorates the 1847 donation by the Native American Choctaw people to Irish famine relief during the Great Hunger. Despite the Choctaw themselves living in hardship and poverty and having recently endured the Trail of Tears, while regards of the exact amount of the donation vary, the figure usually given is 170 US dollars, about 4,900 in the 2021 inflation. It could have been as high as $20,000.
Yeah, because $170 was a lot back then. And then American dollars were heavier than what they were using in Ireland.
Yeah, there's an image of it if you can see it. It's like feathers.
Spirit bearing witness with our spirit.
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
That's what it is.
So yeah, Gad was catching hell, and they still sent money for that to be built there, bro. Still sent relief to them in 1847. Why would they do that if there was no understanding of us being the same people? Our people had a connection, bro.
It's that, hey, and it's that kindred spirit. So they just saw it in the spirit, bro.
Let me get the definition for kindred real quick. Oh, that's heavy. Kindred, according to Esau's definition, one's family and relations. So they understood we were related. What does kindred person mean? Group of related individuals. A group of related individuals, a person's relatives, kindred.
Yeah. Hey man, so hey, they recognized that they were both going through it.
Yep. Now kindred spirit means.
And then like like I said, it was the same people fucking them over that was doing it in Ireland, man. They had the same enemies, the same damn deal.
Same bastard.
And the Scots too.
Same bastard.
That's why you have the IRA.
You have all these different groups. Like you have the Black Panther movement amongst Judah and Southern Kingdom.
Yeah, that's basically what the IRA is, you know.
Yep. Then amongst the Northern Kingdom, you had Issachar has the Brown Beret.
Yeah.
Ephraim had the Young Lords. There were all these different movements.
Yeah.
Which was Jake in that kindred spirit. You know, which, like I was about to say, kindred spirits means people that have the same beliefs or ideals. Which it goes deeper than that. We're the same people. That's why we think the same.
Yeah.
That's why we want the same. We're the same people.
And then where do you find most Irish people in America, man? The Bronx, Boston, you know, out in Ohio. You find them in poor places, man.
Well, yeah, Dave Chappelle, Ohio, land of the poor white people. It's hella funny. He said it was a Native American word.
God.
Which is true. You look out there and it's a lot of Jake catching hell out there in Ohio.
Yeah, you see how these white boys with tattoos all over their face, mumble rapping and
Yeah, there's a show. It's called Gangs of London, and that show it even shows Judah and the Irish clicking up, you know, forming gangs to back each other up.
There was a documentary about the welfare system in England, and then the Edomite that was showing you the welfare system in England, it was showing you all these housing projects, you know, like these big buildings that were all just apartment complexes, you know, and they were all just buildings stacked on top of each other like cubes, man, you know, so like a bunch of boxes stacked on top of each other, and they're like, these are the welfare houses. And then this guy's going through and interviewing the people living in these fucking places, and it's fucking Irish people. Irish people living like Jake in America, having 20 kids on welfare and shit, you know? A whole bunch of little Irish fucking kids running around, running amok and shit.
It's a trip, because I just looked at Ohio, and the state flag of Ohio looks just like the Puerto Rican flag, bro. What's happening? It's pretty spiritual. You know, because Ephraim and Benjamin had the same mom, which was Rachel.
Spirit bearing witness, bro.
Yep, and then you look at, like, I was watching a reggaeton video where you had Ephraim and they were chilling with Benjamites, and they were like, when are you gonna take me to Jamaica? It was hella dope, man. It's pretty trippy. It's the spirit of same peoples.
Back in Isaiah 14 and 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen, O heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof?
Right, so that's a pretty big deal, right? When you read through the scripture, you know, you've been told, you know, especially if you're involved in the Christian church, man.
Yeah, it's
Greek.
yeah, it's like a needle with a tail.
Yeah.
The Greco-Roman Empire. It's like you.
And he had an American flag. He had same thing. Same thing. Yeah, hey man, it's all spiritual. Yeah. You know, you see all these things and it's just like, man, it's all confirmation. You know. Well, you got a you know, a bar over there called Spirit, and its logo is a ghost, man. What does it say? Owl Star's goat? Something like that.
Oh, Alistar?
Yeah, the Christian church would be talking about, you know, Lucifer being Satan as like the spiritual demon Satan, the angels, the left hand angel Satan. You know,
That's not true.
but you can continue reading. You know, it says, because what do the Christians like to say? Well, it's talking about, you know, the left-hand angel Satan. You know, he fell from heaven and took a third of the angels with him. And that's what that's talking about. But then when you read in Isaiah, it tells you that he's a man on earth. He said, is this the man that made kingdoms to shake, man? And that the world would narrowly look upon him. So it's somebody it's a person on earth that you could see. know? And then all the world is gonna look at him and be like, look at this fucking guy, you kidding me?
Right.
He's just a demon, he's an imp. Did you have something?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Right. And in America's prime, everybody was looking at this place like, who could fight against this fearsome power, man? Everybody looking at this place like it was the golden city.
The reason why I laughed is because that dude I used to work with, that dude's a straight Edomite. And he'll bust out like racism and how America could never come down. And,
damn. Yeah, that's the spirit of Eve.
and you just see him, he's fucking through. Like, I mean, he's got money, he works, but that dude's like spiritually fucking through.
I was a long time ago, man. I was watching this thing with my dad, and it was this Christian guy, and he was breaking down a vision. He had a vision, and he was breaking down his vision. And his vision was that he saw a baby eagle hatch out of an egg, and then a greater eagle came and swallowed up the baby eagle. And he started breaking it down as if it was talking about abortion. And my dad, I'll never forget this, he said the most spiritual shit ever. He goes, that don't sound like abortion to me, that sounds like America's about to get fucked. I was like, dang, you know, man. That's pretty dope, but you know that's why you don't worry about, you know, different members of your family. You never know who's gonna wake up and stuff.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains.
Right, because
that's that greater eagle.
The greater eagle. Because even the scriptures even describe the chariots as eagles in certain places. You know, so even though Esau is described as an eagle, and then it tells you in the scriptures that the Lord will pour his spirit upon all flesh. So this dude was an Edomite, but he had a vision of a baby eagle, small and frail and weak, and a greater eagle came and ate that smaller eagle. You know, man, yeah, that's Yahweh Shai, man.
And there's a lot of actual articles and videos of people seeing eagles just drop dead, bro. Just drop dead, and people actually say that means that, you know, our beautiful country is approaching its end, which is true. You know, this place is done, man. That's why the morality and morals of this place is out the window. It's dead, plummeting. You know, nobody celebrates these holidays like they did before. Fuck, Valentine's Day. And Valentine's was started by the Romans, bro. And look at this year's so-called Valentine's Day. Super through. You know, nobody was celebrating it the way they were in the 90s, the 2000s. I remember we would go to school and everybody would buy the fucking the Valentine's Day cards and pass them out. I don't even think they sell them shits no more. You know, this place is done, man. Circling the drain. How is the hammer of the whole earth broken?
Yeah, before brother read in Isaiah, the worms are spread over thee, and the worms cover thee. You know, and that's what's happening. This place is decaying.
Yeah.
You know, when a corpse, when something dies and it becomes a corpse, you bury it in the ground, right? But if you waited a month and dug the body up,
Here we go.
it's gonna be it's gonna be covered in worms and shit.
Yeah, because they say after 3 days, it's lucky. After 3 days, when your body starts to deteriorate.
Yep.
That's why the scriptures talk about how the Lord did not see corruption, because before those 3 days, the body was taken. You know.
Yeah. You dug up a dead body that was recently dead. You're gonna see all the worms and everything eating the body up, man. And that's what that is. So it's basically saying America's dead. It's a corpse. The worms are picking the bones clean, man.
Yep, this land is decaying on all levels, man. Physically and spiritually, man.
Yeah, mentally, everybody's getting stupider. Everybody's getting fucking stupid as hell.
Stupid, bro.
I seen a video about this guy going around asking young Gen Z people, like teenagers and stuff, young people, simple ass questions, bro, and they couldn't answer not a one of them, man. They couldn't answer how many fucking states were in America. These people are getting stupider, man.
So they got books when you go to the library. This and that for dummies. Herbs for dummies. What is a computer for dummies? It's those yellow books.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
When back in the ancient world, you know, you had families that had different trade skills. Here, you gotta be taught. You know.
What was funny too is they had those books for dummies. We was dummies. Now people don't even fucking read anymore. So you can't even pick up a book for dummies. Shit, look at all these bookstores that are going out of business. Nobody reads books anymore.
Yeah, it's done here, man.
Yeah, this place is dead. And anybody trying to keep it alive is a sad, hopeless soul, man. That's a depressing state of affairs. You're over here trying to keep the Americans, the spirit alive, trying to keep Christmas alive and all this shit. You know, you're just gonna be bummed out. You're just gonna be depressed, man. America's on its way out, man, and it's a good thing, man. Out with the fucking old and then with the new.
Guess what?
You have something to bring up? You can bring it up.
This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 25. The Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border. Open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. Just like we're saying, you know, this place is going to be judged, man. This place is done. It's through. And the scripture just said, you know, her time is at hand, in which all these nations are going to come up against her. You know, we see that with China and America bumping heads over Taiwan. with Russia bumping heads against America and NATO and the EU over Ukraine. Now you got Belarus saying they're going to click up with Russia if they feel as much as any type of threat from Ukraine, man. That they're going to link up with Russia and fight against Ukraine. That's heavy, bro. That's showing you that we're in that time. Okay, Iran is sending drones to Russia to help them fight against Ukraine. All right? We're in those times, man. America's time, day is at hand. We're just going to be destroyed.
Yeah, the lines are being drawn in the sand. You know? We got alliances becoming tighter. New alliances being made. That old alliance is getting ready to get fucking done away with. We're getting ready to get bombs dropped on it. It's all the judgment of the Lord, man. It's all the judgment of the Lord. And it's all to destroy this place because the Lord's going to set up Israel on earth, man. The Lord's going to set up the kingdom of heaven on earth. First the Lord's got to destroy all this nonsense. Right? And he's going to bind the nobles with fetters of iron. And those are going to be the slaves in the kingdom of heaven, man. There's those families of nobility. You know, these different elites that are going to go into hiding and stuff, man.
Yeah, it's a trip that you mentioned that because when you look at Akkad, which was a city in Babylon, the word Akkad means nobles and rulers. So that's talking about Esau, bro. Esau's elite, I should say.